Good afternoon, everyone. This is lesson 5 about limit by conjugate. In the first example here, example 26, find the limit of the function square root of 3x minus 2 all minus 1 over x minus 1 as x tends to 1. First step I should do using 1 to substitute. I, I did it here. The substitution with 1 results 0 over 0, unspecified quantity, so I have to find a way. The limit the function here, the function contains a square root. First step to do is multiplying each of numerator and denominator by its conjugate, as you see in the figure. Square root of 3x minus 2 minus 1, its conjugate is 3x minus 2 under the square root plus 1. We have to multiply each numerator and denominator. 3. Multiplying each of numerator and denominator by the conjugate of the quantity that has a square root. Here I found it 3x minus 2 under the root plus 1, up and down. The result of multiplying here is uh, if you want to multiply first by first, it will get root by the root. It means the quantity under the root, just 3x minus 2. Then multiplying negative by positive, it's negative, as you see here. Then multiplying 1 by 1, it's 1. Under, in the denominator, you have to write all the denominator, no problem. Next step. Now, if you collect up 3x minus 2 minus 1, you get 3x minus 3. Taking 3 as a common factor, you will get x minus 1. Now, look carefully. What do you have in common between numerator and denominator? It's the bracket x minus 1. If you cancel it, you will get 3 over square root of 3x minus 2 plus 1. Now start substitution using 1. You will get 3 over square root 3 multiply 1 minus 2 all plus 1. The final result is just 3 over 2. Getting into example 27. Find the limit of the function square root of x plus 9 minus 3 over x squared plus 5x as x tends to 0. First step also to do is making direct substitution. I did it. The result is 0 over 0. So we have to find a way, and this way to get the limit is multiplying numerator and denominator by the conjugate. Look here. The sign here is negative. The conjugate must be positive. Just the sign outside the square root, you have to change it. Don't change any other sign. Okay, now multiplying first by first, removing the square root to get x plus 9. Then multiplying negative 3 and positive 3 to get negative 9. Down here you have to take x as a common factor to get x plus 5 as a remainder, then writing the rest. Now what do we have? 9 minus 9 is 0. Cancel it. You have x, and also x can be cancelled with x. So above we have just 1, we have just 1, and down we have a bracket and another 1 contains the square root. Using 0 for making substitution. As you see here, x plus 5 it means 0 plus 5, it means 5. Square root 0 plus 9, it's 9, it's 3. Okay, root 9 equals 3. The final result, getting into example 28. Here we have the function is square root 4 minus x minus 2 over x. So direct substitution is 0 over 0. The function here, and I started multiplying by the conjugate. It's 4 minus x under the square root plus 1 up and down. Then the result is multiplying first by first. It's 4 minus x multiplying negative 2 by positive 2. The result is negative 4. Look above. It's 4 minus 4. It's 0. Cancel it. You have now negative x. Cancel x up with x down to get negative 1 up and the rest down. The rest is square root of 4 minus x all plus 2. Now using the 0 for substitution, okay, you will get negative 1 over 4. Example 29. Its limit of above x minus 2, no problem. Down we have 2 square roots for x plus 1 and 5x minus 1 with negative sign between. First step, the direct substitution is 0 over 0, so we have to take the function and start what? The multiplying by the conjugate. The conjugate of 4x plus 1 root minus 5x minus 1 root is the same, but make it plus sign. Multiplying above, okay, no problem, no new, write it as it is. So we have x minus 2 above and the whole numerator of the second fraction as it is. Down, multiply 1 by 1, root by root gives you under the root for x plus 1 without any root. Then multiplying negative by positive, it's negative. Multiplying second root by second root, you will get 5x minus 1. Now simplifying down to get negative bracket x minus 2. Oh, so what's the common between numerator above and denominator down? It's the bracket x minus 2. Cancel it. You will get negative 1 down and the whole bracket of square roots above. Okay, now using 2 to make substitution, you will get negative 6, not more. Moving to next example. Next example, it's number 30. Here we have the function square root of x squared minus 3x plus 3, all under the square root, minus x outside, over as x tends to 1. First step I did here, direct substitution, and the final result is 0 over 0. Now, taking the function as it is, first step is multiplying by conjugate. It's the same here, but change this sign. It must be positive, as you see. Okay? Now, how can I multiply the square roots, the two conjugates one? Multiplying first by first, you will get what under the root, x squared minus 3x plus 3. Then multiplying negative by positive, it's negative. Multiplying x by x, it's x squared. Down, don't do anything unless the cube of x minus 1 here in the beginning. Okay, we have to make a factorization as difference between two cubes. Okay, you will get x minus 1, same sign, then x squared plus x plus 1. Now, simplifying above, x squared, negative x squared, cancellation, taking negative as negative 3 as a common factor between negative 3x plus 3. You will get x minus 1. Look here, what's the common between? It's x minus 1. If you cancel it, you will get what? You will get negative 3 above and two brackets down. Start substitution using 1. It will be as final negative 1 over 2. Another example. More brackets, more efficiency. Example 31. Find the limit of the function. Find the limit of the function 3x above, 2 square roots down with negative between. Okay, so I have a square roots here. I have to multiply by the conjugate. But first step to do as usual, it's direct substitution. We have here 0 over 0. So what's next step? This is our function, and here I start multiplying by the conjugate up and down. Okay, 3x and the whole quantity here just wrote it down. Okay, then multiplying the conjugate. First by first, it's 1 plus x. Second by second, it's 1 minus 2x. Negative and positive multiplying, the result is negative. Nothing above, as you see, but down, remove brackets, okay, to get 1 plus x minus 1 plus 2x. Collect them, negative 1 and 1, cancellation, they are 0, and here we have 3x. 3x down, okay, no problem. And also we have 3x above. So cancellation, the final is square root 1 plus x square root 1 minus 2x with positive sign between. Making substitution using 0, the final is 1 plus 1 is 2. More harder one is here. Find the limit of the function uh, square root of 2x plus 3 minus 4 plus 3x under the root over root 3 minus x all minus 2 as x tends to negative 1. As usual, direct substitution is 0 over 0. Now we have the function here, okay? And here I started to multiply by conjugate of numerator and denominator, okay? The same square root above, I used it here 1, 2 times. The square root, the quantity contains the square root down, I used it here also 2 times. Okay, now taking this with s square root, make multiplication, just removing the square roots and multiplying the negative and positive side. Okay, as you see here, I separate them. Okay, that's cool. Multiplying above, we should get 2x plus 3 without a root. We should get negative sign. We should get 4 plus 3x without a root. Down, it's 3 minus x and minus 4. 3 minus x, 3 minus x, roots, multiplying, it's 3 minus x. 2 by 2 is 4. Now we have a quantity, we have to remove parentheses to get 2x plus 3 minus 4 minus 3x. And down also the same 3 minus x minus 4. Making simplification above and also down. Okay, here we have above, it's negative x minus 1. Negative x, and these will give negative 1. And also down, negative x and minus 1. So these two quantities are equal, just removing, eliminating them. Now you have also only this part. Uh-huh. Start substitution with negative 1 here instead of x. You will get this form, okay? And then using your calculator to get to at last. Example 33. It's about also square roots above. First step is direct substitution as usual. It's 0 over 0. Now multiplying by root x, sorry, root 5 minus root x plus root 3, up and down. Multiplying first by first, it's 5 minus root x without a root, the big root. Then negative by positive, it's negative. Root 3 multiply root 3 is 3, and the denominator without any change. Uh, Above we have negative square root, okay, negative square root, and also we have positive 2, but inside the brackets I wrote it negative 2 because there is a negative sign here as a common factor. Start substitution. Here, before substitution, we should make a cancellation. It's okay, you're right. But here, I start substitution with 4 in the second big bracket, okay, large one, and get to root 3. What about x minus 4? X minus 4. I factorize it as difference between two squares. Here, root x plus 1 plus 2 and the root x minus 2. Cancelling the common factor between numerator and denominator, we have only negative 1 above, and we have this bracket and the last quantity. Okay, now using 4 to make a substitution, you will get this form, and using your calculator to get final answer, it's negative root 3 over 24. Good luck. It's easy, but you have to practice many more. Thank you so much. Goodbye.